and I'll be the one moderating for your class today. And today at Transformation College, we bring you the hottest on AI, which is using generative AI responsibly, which is under prompt engineering fundamentals. So today we have an amazing personnel. But before I get there, I would like us to go to the chat box. Let us know where you're joining us from today. I can see a few people on the call. So I would advise we wait a few minutes for some of the other class members to join us before we proceed and dive into the amazing world of prompt engineering. So good morning, Ignatius. Good morning, David. We're still giving a couple of minutes, probably 3 to 5 minutes for others to join the class before we proceed. Give a thumbs up for appreciate our trainer for today before he starts the class. Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Mr. Benga, it's nice to have you here. I guess your mic is still muted.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
It's nice to be here as well. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can lead us into the AI world now.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Great, great. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. How are we doing this fine morning? It is going to be an amazing section. That's one thing I promise you. It is going to be an interactive one. And I always like people to unmute their mic at every turn, right? Every opportunity you get, just try and unmute your mic. You have a question. I will always ask a question, even if you don't have one. So then, please, if moderator, if they are not able to right now, please let them be able to unmute their mic at every turn. All right. So that being stated, that's being out of the way. Like the moderator rightly said, my name is Olugbenga Ajewole, and I've been doing this for quite some time now. I'm a prompt engineer, an AI engineer, an AI automation specialist. Uh, I do a lot of things regarding AI, right? We build models, uh, we speak AI, we breathe AI, right? Because at this point in time, at this level that we are right now in the world, if you're not really using AI, it is more like you see, there was a time back then that the you have to go and submit your letter to a post office to deliver your letter, right? So those people at the post office, they felt like they have a secure job. That is what they are thinking about. That is all they are taught, right? They feel like, no, I have a secure job. My job is secure. This is what I'm going to use and feed my family. This is what I'm going to leave, like you're leaving something for your children and all of that, right? But it is not like that in this era anymore. Now, think of that. Think of those people that felt like they have a secure job, and then this email comes in where WhatsApp is in existence, and then you don't have to send letters anymore. You can just type whatever you want to. Please, can we hear me? I hope my network is not breaking or anything like that. All
Yes, we
right,
can hear you very
great, great. So Okay, like I was saying, right? So the WhatsApp comes into existence, the messaging applications, you can easily just send your message through the internet without needing to go to a post office. You can mail your letter to anybody. What really happened to those people job? Don't you think they've lost their jobs? I mean, is there any post office you see nowadays out there? The only place I see they ask for post office or something around that nature is when you're trying to fill a form, get a postal code, and that is just to point figure where exactly you are, like your station. That is the reason why they collect that till now, right? But have you ever heard anybody say, "Ah, I'm a post office man. I post letters and all of that"? There's nothing like that. Everybody can do it on their phone, right? But the first time this thing came into existence, right? Let's say these people they felt like, okay, I have a secure job now. Don't let me do anything. Don't let me learn any additional skill. That is the it is not even AI then, right? This is just a digital skill. Don't let me learn any digital skill. I feel secure in my role. I feel secure. I feel safe, right? By now, they must still be looking for job. They must still be looking for job, right? So that is how the world is evolving. Now, that is in the digital era. That's the from traditional to digital era. Now the world is now moving from just digital now. I mean, it's still digital, right? It's still in the digital sphere, but then it is tilting towards AI, right? In your job role now, I'm going to ask us maybe what our job is real soon. But in your job role, you feel like, I have a secure job. Don't let me do anything AI. I don't even want to be interested. I don't want to learn these things, right? But then you realize that I mean, this is like I said to people, I say this all the time. This is like the starting point. This is where it is that like the least. This is like the beginning of AI, the primary stage of AI. We are still not into the core aspect of AI yet, worldwide, right? We haven't still like tap into what AI can really do. Our knowledge is not there yet. You'll see the changes when people start tapping into it, when the world start evolving around, when everything is being automated, right? So, like I was saying, let's say you're like, okay, I understand the digital skill. Don't let me try and learn any additional AI skill. What do I need it for? My line is not even in AI. I'm not even doing anything AI related. Let me just feel secure in my role. I can tell you for free, right? AI will take your job in the next coming year. And that's for a fact. And why I'm telling you that is because it is not to scare. I mean, definitely you're not scared. That's why you're on the call. You already know this. That's why you're on the call today. So to let us understand that the possibility of AI taking our jobs is the ignorance to AI, right? You're being ignorance to a particular niche that could be the core, uh, our core future, right, of any organization, because you won't expect an organization now, right, to start. I mean, let's say you on the call as a business owner, you have an organization and then you hire two people. One can get a job done in, let's say, 3 hours, and you have another person that can get the job done in 20 minutes, right? Using AI, and this person is going to use his brain. He's going to write. The other person that can get the job in 3 hours. I mean, definitely using AI as well. You still need to think of concept and prompting and all of that. And we're going to talk about prompting real soon. But I just want to lay foundation why these are all important for us to know, right? So, like I was saying, all right. So you have someone that can just prompt AI to do certain things for you and get the job done. And then you have another person that will take 3 hours, 4 hours, and you still need to call the person. Hello, where are you? Where's the document? I'm coming, sir. I'll get it done, sir. Come on now. Who are you going to retain? I'm throwing the question openly. Just be open. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Who are we going to retain? Right? Just unmute your mic and speak, please. If you have the answer.
The faster one. I will retain the faster one.
right? The faster one. And why is that, if I may ask?
That's because that saves me a lot of time.
And in the business world, right, time is essential. Time is money, right? In the business world, time is tied to revenue. Without time, I mean, what are we really doing? Okay, organization wants to get their product out there faster. You're taking my time to do setup and other things and all of that. So yeah, that is I hope I've been able to lay a foundation why it is important. Every call, this is an opportunity, I believe. It is free. The section is free. So everything said on the call, we being here and all of that, the Transformation College has been gracious enough to make this happen. So I believe it is really, really important for us to pay attention to these things, right? So let me just ask us on the call. Um, Ignatius, right? Did I get that correctly?
Yes,
Oh, what do you do for work, please?
operations associate.
Associate. Okay. So, have you been using AI where you are?
Yes, a lot.
It, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. So now you're on the call to still learn more, to know more, and to do more. I appreciate that. That's good. That's great. David, please, if you can unmute your mic, that would be great.
Yes, sir.
Hello, David. What do you do for work?
Hello, sir.
I'm with you. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm a data analyst and AI engineer in the making.
Uh, oh, I don't, I don't even need to ask you. Have you been using AI? What have you been using it for? I mean, when it comes to data analysis and AI engineer, what else? What tools do you still need to have in your catalog more than AI engineering and all of that, right? So I'll pass on you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
an expert already, so I will not even go further. Right. So Mayam, right? Hello, Mayam.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how you doing? Hey, your baby
Fine,
is saying
thank
hello
you.
to me. So what do you do for work, please?
So I am a social service provider. Excuse me.
No problem.
So we kind of like provide educational services to people at very rural communities.
Oh, amazing. You're doing a
Yeah,
really fine job. Thank you
thank
for
you.
all you do. And what do you have you been using AI? Have you been using
Um,
AI in your job role?
Honestly, not much.
Not much, right? Okay.
Yes,
So I believe you're here to learn how you can make use of it better than others, right?
exactly. Yes.
Amazing. And we'll be we'll be glad to walk you through the steps, right? We'll be glad to do that for you. Thank you.
I'll be happy to learn. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, let me call on one more person. Kessie. Kessie, are you
Good
there?
morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hi. Please, can you give me your full name?
I'm Casey Mary Jacob.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound like Nigeria. Are you? Are you Nigerian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, okay. Glad to have you on the call. So what do you do for work?
Well, I am in a IT unit, ICT unit in my in my office, and I plan to use this AI training in a very positive way in that unit. Thank you.
Of course, you're definitely going to use it in a positive way. And on the call, I mean, concerning the title of the course as well, it is AI responsible AI. right, and prompt engineering. So we're definitely going to take you on how you can implement and use them responsively,
I'm coming.
responsibly, right?
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's get right into it. Let's not wait any longer. I mean, let's get right into it. I'll be sharing my entire screen. Let me know if we can see my screen. Can we all see my screen, please?
Not yet. It's still okay. Now it's showing.
All right.
It's
All
showing.
right. All right. All right. Great. Please let me know if my network is breaking.
The network is
Unmute your
not
mic
breaking.
if it is good, right?
Yes, yes, good.
Okay.
But we
Thank you.
can't. Are you sharing your screen or you're sharing a slide?
No, no, no. I'm sharing my entire screen. Can you
Okay.
see?
Okay. Yes, we can see your screen. Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Right. All right. All right. I will be sorry. I will be navigating through many tabs, so I have to share my entire screen so that we can see. Right. So let me get right into it. So give me a minute. All right. So this is ARISed 2025, right? Our journey to become a certified AI and automation specialist. And I took this section over the time as well, the early month of the year. Amazing section, and I believe by now some people that have started with us from the beginning must have been, their legs must be very strong in AI, building AI agents and others like that, right? So now, but today, in today's class, we'll be talking about generative AI and responsible generative AI, right? Building responsible generative AI, right? So, and the course objective, what we'll be learning and what we'll be covering today is that we will know why it is important to prioritize responsible AI when building generative AI application, right? We'll know what the responsible AI is, right? We'll understand the concept, and then we'll know the core principle of responsible AI and how they relate to generative AI, and then how we can put these responsible AI principles into practice. Right? These are the things that we'll be covering today in on this section, right? So our learning objective, what is our learning objective? So after this course, we should know the importance of responsible AI and why and when, sorry, we should know the importance of responsible AI when building generative AI. And then when we need to apply all of this principle, all this responsible AI principle into building generative AI, right? We're going to do something, build a generative AI application on the call, a very short one. But then maybe I think I'm coming back on next week, right, moderator?
Come again. Come again.
I'm coming back next week, right? I'm still the
Yes, yes.
one taking the next week section. Is
Should be
it?
having you.
Is it next section? We'll talk about that. But then, yes, let me go ahead with what we have here, right? We'll look at the tools and strategies which are available for the concept of responsible AI into practice, and then we look at prompt engineering. Now, I will give us something for free, right? We must have heard of prompt engineering, but do we know the concept of context engineering, right? Context engineering and prompt engineering, we know the difference on the core. We know when to apply which, what one is used for, and what the other is used for. You see, it's not even covered here, but then it is essential that we know all of these things, all right, to use them appropriately. Okay, now We should be able to describe the component of prompt and how they are used, and we learn the best practice and techniques for prompt engineering. Also, how to apply these techniques in real experience using OpenAI endpoint. We can use any other endpoint. I'll show us other endpoint, right? And I will even tell us what endpoints are, because I have to take this to its basics. I would not even take you in the, I won't start using terminology with anybody. I'll make sure I take it to the basics so that we can flow along as well and understand the section. Right. So now, using generative AI responsibly, right? There's one particular one that we are all familiar with. Uh, Let me just call the name, because or let me ask the question. Which generative AI are you familiar with? Which generative AI application are you familiar with? Anybody? Let me switch to, let me see.
Can I say view 3? Is that generative AI?
Yes, yes, yes. But there's a common one. There's one particular common one that everybody uses. Oh, I can see Miami. Yes,
ChatGPT.
yes, yes, yes. Miami. Yes, yes. ChatGPT. That is the one that we're familiar with. So I just want to pick our knowledge that we do understand what the term generative AI means, right? Gemini. Yes, that is another one. All of these are generative AIs. Like the name implies, generative, they can generate something from something. You see, AI have been trained on particular format, on particular model, right? So you have uh you have a particular model you've used to train your AI. Now you have a question you want to test your AI on based on what you've been able to use it to train, right? So it is going to generate something out of what you've been trained, what the AI has been trained on, right? I hope, do we get the concept? But then let's go more into the class. If the concept is not clear, I will shed more light on it. Okay. So now, it is easy to facilitate with AI and generative AI in particular, but you need to consider how you will use it responsibly, right? You need to consider things like to ensure the output is fair, non-harmful, and more. This chapter aims to provide you with the mention context, what you consider, and how to take steps to improve AI usage. So now, because we're familiar with ChatGPT, right, I'm definitely going to show us something on ChatGPT. Okay. So this is a bonus section, not the main section itself. Let me close my panel. Okay. So this is our regular ChatGPT. This is what we're familiar with. Okay. I think I need to open my panel, right? So this is our generative AI, right? This is ChatGPT. This is one we are familiar with. And how do you use it responsibly? How do you utilize this interface, this ChatGPT interface, or maybe the setup and others? I mean, you just come in here and you start prompting, uh, please give me, please give me information regarding so. Please give me documents regarding, do you get that? And you're not really concerned about, your data, how it is collecting your data, where it is saving your data on, what kind of information you're putting on the platform, right? On this generative AI platform. And then how your data is being stored, right? If you're imputing sensitive informations like your bank details, your CVV on your bank, on your credit card, on your debit card, and then you're telling it that, hey, my card is not working, this is my code, and my email is not working, this is my password. And do you understand the concept of web scraping, right? There's web scraping. Okay. And what is web scraping? An automated process of extracting data and context from a website by using software bots and access and parser as a website HTML code to collect specific informations, right? They can do a form of web scraping for generative AI to extract informations out. So these are important. These are things you want to make sure that you look and work against. Now, let me show you how. This is, like I said, this is a bonus section. I just feel like I need to shed more light on it. I mean, this is one that we use more often. So we need to look at. Now, it is not just you coming on a platform and then start making use of it, right? Start making use of the features and all of that, right? Your data, your information are sensitive. So you want to make sure that you do all of these things. So I have this new ChatGPT. So I have to prompt it so that it looks like we've been using it for a while. And then let me load it so that we can see what we have. Uh, Now I want to show us something. Like I said, everything here is completely new, right? So now there is no setup. So the first thing you want to do when you come on a generative AI platform, you know what they are offering. You know what they are offering, how it can be of harm to you as a person. You don't want to start making use of something that at the end of the day your informations will be out there and then you're getting hacked on the internet. You're like, okay, I don't even know how they hack my Instagram account. I don't even know. Because at some point you've asked AI that I'm trying to log in. This is my password and my login credentials. This is even the code they sent to my email, right? This is even my email password and login. This I don't. Do you get? I don't have a multi-factor authenticator on my application and all of that. You see, these informations you have to be careful about them, right? They are your sensitive information, and then you don't want to disclose them, right? So just for the sake of the class, I'm going to do this, right? So the first thing you want to do is go to your settings, right? Are we still with me on the call? Let me check on all of us. Let me see. We're still right here.
Yes, we are here.
Okay, okay, great. Okay. All right. So the first thing we want to do, right? I mean, these are general settings. You can play with them if you want. I'm not going to touch on this, right? And let's go to the personalization, right? This is where AI, you want to make sure that you customize this in a way that AI does not. You see, your memories are important as well. All right. If you want it to save particular thing, you can tell it descriptively that it should save it. But then AI is going to save whatever information you input on it. If you don't tell it once this is on, once all of this is on. So you want to make sure that now let me try and manage my memory. Let me see what we have. Okay. Now these are memories that it has been saved. Please, if you are on your PC or maybe with your phone, try and access this as well. See the saved memory that you have on ChatGPT as of right now. Okay, if you have any sensitive information you don't want it to, um, you don't want it displayed, you don't want it collected, make sure you click on delete. Just click on remove, and then it will remove itself, right? Just once you click on delete, that delete icon, and click on forget, and then that is all, right? So uncheck this so that it will not save your memories at every turn, right? So you want to come to customization as well, right? So that you can have an AI, personalized AI, and tell it specifically what it should do for you, right? And you see, when I'm using my own ChatGPT, if I'm using my own ChatGPT, and I'm prompting it to do certain things, it's definitely going to be, writing like me, speaking like me. I have more application. I use let me show you. I have this is my main account, my main ChatGPT account, right? So now for this, let's just go ahead with this. So for this now, if you have, like I said, it is definitely going to be speaking like me. Okay, so you want to come here, and why that is because I make a custom instruction. I gave it descriptive instruction that is for my own chat. So now you want to come here, for you want to come here and go to what should ChatGPT call you. You can give it your name or whatever you want it to give. Now what do? You tell it what you do. If you do more things than this, then you go comma, space, and then you go ahead and list everything you do. AI automation specialist, right? So you go ahead, you comma, and then you go ahead, list multiple things that you do as much as possible, right? So what traits do you want the AI to have? Now you go ahead and be descriptive enough. Tell it in full details what if you're a student, you want to be using this particular AI to write your project or anything, you can descriptively tell it that you are an AI assistant. We'll go into the prompt, how to factor your prompt and all of that, fine tune your prompt rather, and all of that in a while. So yeah, we look at that as well. So now you want to come here and give it that, okay, well, I'm a student, I'm writing my thesis, I'm writing my project. This is what I want to get out of this. This is what I want you to do, and others, right? Take a forward thinking view, use a formal and professional tone, to be an expert software developer, DevOps engineer, and a system engineer, right? And then when you're done, you click, is there anything else you wanted to do? You tell it, and you go ahead and list what you're doing as of right now. I'm building a SaaS application. Maybe I'm working on my project. I'm an operation on the firm. I'm an operational manager on the firm, in the firm organization. I'm working on this project. I want you to uh, tell me everything you know. Or you see, you can go as detailed as possible, right? Nothing. So every time you're prompting it, it will have this customized instruction at the back of its mind, telling it that, okay, now this is what I should do, this is what I should do. Any question you're asking is going to tell it that this is what I should do and this is how I should go about it. All right. So yeah, I just said I should give us that. I mean, that is one thing all of us we use more frequently. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's go back to the item of the day, right? So we have responsible AI. Now, when you say responsible, you see, as a Nigerian, or let's say African, there are certain things there are certain rules that our parents lay down for us. They're like, for you to be a good boy, don't smoke, don't please can you give me others, don't gabble, right? Don't anybody, our Nigerian mothers, our parents,
No drinking.
no, don't drink, yeah, don't club,
Don't do
right?
drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Be
They
careful
list
of bad friends.
bad friends, right? So they make sure they list out all of these things. They are like a roadmap for us to guide us into a life of, good living, as they say, right? And you see, some people they still went bad, while some maintain being good, right? So same to apply the concept to apply to building a responsible AI, right? When you're building a responsible AI, you want to make sure that you're like the parent right now. The AI is the child, right? It is like you're bringing when you're building AI, right? It is like you're bringing something into existence, right? So you're bringing a non-living thing into existence. You're making things come alive. All right. So you want to give it certain rules as well, certain guidelines. Like we just said that our parents gave us, that no drinking, no smoking, no clubbing and other and the rest. Now you want to make sure that your AI is fairness. It's in its core principle, fairness is one of them, right? Inclusiveness. Now, fairness in the sense that your AI is not biased, right? Your AI, maybe when you're prompting an AI, just imagine that you're prompting an AI as a black person, right? As an African that we have, a proud African that we have. Now we're prompting an AI to do certain tasks for us, right? We are on the internet, and then you're prompting your AI that I want you to do this, I want you to do that, and then your AI is saying that yo nigga or something, something racist kind of, right? And then you're hearing a nigga, a g or something. Just imagine, right? That I don't, or maybe you're saying something like, I don't deal with black guys. Also, just imagine how that will make you feel, right? And knowing fully whether these things are with uh, built with the white, like the white built this platform, and then it's telling you that yo nigga, right? So would that make you feel inclusive? Will you feel like they are thinking of you when they are building this platform, right? You feel neglected. You feel this is not fair. Now there's no fairness rather. There's no fairness and there's no inclusiveness in the building of AI that is going to discriminate whether you're black or white, Espanol or whatever you know race, color, right? So that is these things. These are the principles we want to have at the back of our mind when constructing our prompt, and when building a responsible AI, right? In the course of the training, I mean, I think this is like third week or something around. We're still on in the early stage, right? We are still going to build a lot of AI applications. We're going to build chatbot. We're going to construct. We're going to bring applications to life. We're going to see it happen real time. All right. So, but to lay the foundation, we want to make sure that all of these are at the back of our mind when we're building a responsible AI. All these principles, they are important. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this. This other one, we want to build a reliable AI, a safe AI, right? Where the users will feel safe to use, right? They won't feel like they are being neglected, like I just said. Oh, sorry about that. My lights keep falling. All right. So you want to build a safe AI, all right? And you want to make sure that security and privacy is included. Now, just imagine, like I said earlier, for the web scraping, right? And then you put your sensitive information. Firstly, please, I'm against you putting your sensitive information on AI of any reason. Maybe you're working in an organization and then people emails, they are sensitive AIs, sensitive data. So please, maybe you're working in an organization where you collect people's email and then you want to automate something or you want to make something happen real fast. And then you're like, let me just put all the emails there so that the AI can help me to get informations out. Then can help me to, personalize these informations to them, right? So all of these things as well are, you have to be conscious of them too, right? You have to be mindful. You don't want to other people email, they trusted you with those emails, so don't put them on any generative AI, right? Especially open source generative AI, open source like the DeepSeek, Coin, and Olama and others, right? You don't want to do that, right? They are open source, datas are open, they can get the datas out, and then they will start, and then your participant or maybe your client emails are there. You've already prompted the AI, okay, do this for me, get this particular document out, right? And then someone just web scrape the AI and then get their informations out and start sending bot informations to them, sending spam emails, malicious emails and others. Then just you being in that situation, think of how you are going to feel, right? So you want to be conscious of this as well. You want to make sure that you build a secure and make sure that privacy oriented AI is included in whatever you're building. And then you want to make sure that you're transparent enough as well, right? Look at what we just did on ChatGPT. Let me go back. Oh, I deleted that already. I'd like to go back to that. All right. So look at what we just did on AI, on ChatGPT. So let me go to the settings again. Look at what they have. I believe they are really being transparent enough in orchestrating this generative AI application. They make sure that they are transparent enough. Look at, we can manage our memories, right? You can come here and manage your memories, see what AI have been able to save on its own memory, right? So that you will be able to manage and delete them, right? And do, modify or anything you want to do with them. Or maybe you want to leave them, any of sort. So now you want to be transparent enough. You don't want to hide things. You don't want to collect their information and say you are not collecting their information, right? And then you want to build accountability in your AI. You want your AI to be accountable for a particular thing, right? Let's say at some point in time we must have prompt AI to do certain tasks for us, and you will tell it that, no, this is not what I asked you to do. Immediately the AI will tell you, oh, I'm sorry. Is that correct? Like, have we experienced something like that? Have we at some point in time experienced something like that where
Yes,
you're trying to,
I have.
right? Right. Great. So there must have been a question you're trying to ask, and then to tell you, okay, uh, okay, no. Oh, all right. So okay, we'll make use of AI more often. You have to really make use of AI more often, Maya. And right. So at some point in time, you must have prompt AI and tell it that, okay, do certain things, and it to tell you, sorry, I have no idea. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I mean, it will start apologizing to you for every single thing, right? So that is accountability. It is taking accountable for his action. And maybe AI is hallucinating, right? We don't, I will tell you which other one we call it, right? Hallucination is tagged to human, so we don't want to like associate hallucinating anymore. You see, you must have heard the term hallucinating more often. So, but then we'll talk about the other terminology that is being used. Hallucinating is like, you're dreaming, not like dreaming, but you're saying one thing and then you're meaning another thing. So that's more like hallucinating for AI. But then we'll talk about the terminology used to phrase that now. Okay. I think we're still, sorry. Okay. The latest state of 11. All right, so let's go into why I'm stating all this facts, so that when we start building something meaningful, when we start working with AI, and then when we start to see how model come to life and all of that, we have it at the back of our mind that, okay, these are things that we have to do, and these are things that we don't have to do. All right. So that's why I'm taking my time to note all these things. I'm not going to go through, don't worry. This is like 57. I'm not going to go through most of them. They will be our practical section. We just touch them on the practical section. All right. So now let me get right into this. I still need to talk about potential harms, the dangers they might cause. Now, but when you're building a responsible AI, having all these responsible principles at the back of our mind, all these responsible AI principles, all these ones, right? Having it at the back of our mind. We want to be testing for harms, right? We want to test for what could cause us harm, what could cause the AI rather harm, right? After you've built, you want to test if truly this AI is not going to cause harm, right? So that being said, let me take us back to the our mother, our parent instruction growing up. They were like, okay, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do this and others. And then we get to school, we're exposed to a lot of students from different background, and then maybe our close friend club, and then from home we're being told that don't club. That's a bad child attribute. Don't do that. You should be a good child and other things like that. And then we're exposed to a friend at club. What are we going to do? if we want to initiate the testing for arm, the measures for potential arms, we want to test for arm, what are we going to do? Are we going to test? Are we going to go clubbing? Is that how we're going to test? Or we are going to advise the friend? Is that how we're going to test? Or we are going to not be friend, detached ourselves from the friendship? Is that our testing strategy? Let me hear. I've listed 3 strategies now. So what are we going to do? Hello? Are we still
Yes,
with me?
I
Okay.
think
Yes, we'll see with you, Mr. Bingo.
Great.
the best way to thanks for that kind of harm
Okay.
is to go to where the harm eats itself.
To the origin of the arm, go, 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 go. Okay. Any other person? Any contribution? Right. So for
Hello,
me,
sir.
I'll say that we should. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Please go ahead.
I feel like once you've been told, or once you've been given information about it, the best way to learn is not experience it, to study about it, have the knowledge about it,
Hmm.
learn it. Okay, what
Okay.
is this thing used for? What is the consequence if I engage in it like this? Then check use cases of it. Then with that, you can have enough knowledge because saying that I want to experience it might cost you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is danger. It is danger if you say you want to go in and experience, and you want to know. Let me first experience. Let me taste it. It is a danger. It is a dangerous thing, right? Because you might like it, right? It might be addictive for you. Okay, so it is best not to even engage at all, right? It's best to
To
detach
avoid
yourself,
it.
to avoid it. Thank you so much, Cassie. Thank you. So these are the measures you want to put in place, when it comes to when it comes to we people, right? Now let's say the same thing for AI. Now, how do you, when you're building all of this, putting measures in place, you want to make sure that when you're building, right, you're avoiding these particular things as well. You're avoiding these loopholes. This maybe AI can be I'll still use the hallucinating for now. I'll come back to the terminologies that is appropriate for an AI, right? So now you want to make sure that all of these things does not affect the procedures. You want to put all of these responsible AI principles in place. Okay. Now let's say for this let's talk about an education sector, right? An educational sector where you as a student, you're trying to write your project, right? And then you, in the midst of trying to write your project, you upload a document on AI, or maybe you prompt your AI that okay, let's test our ChatGPT on this. I believe that the ChatGPT that we're using right now is 5.0. It should not be hallucinating, but then if it is, we'll know what is going on. First thing first, for ChatGPT 5.0, is it? I believe it is. So we are going to get, before it make reference to anything, is going to go to the web and search for that information. It's going to search through the web, look for the information, right, before it can tell you anything. Okay. So, but let's test its knowledge, right? Let's say, um, give me the summary of what happened in World World War III World War Three. Yeah, let's say World War Three in the year 2059. Okay, we're currently in 2025, so definitely there is no World War Three, and then the year is not even right. Okay, so now let's test our AI. Let's see if uh it's going to cause us harm, because the harm there is that as a student now, let's say maybe you mistakenly type in all of this, or maybe you wanted to write World War II and you wanted to put the year that it was, and then mistakenly it is going to give you something. So let's see if this is going to give us something, or maybe it's going to correct us. All right. Okay. So now the new model they have now, we're going to make, I'll show you other models that we hallucinate properly, right? The new models we have now is telling us that as of today, so the first thing it did was get out the date, confirm the date and the year, right? It's confirming the date that today there's no, and then World War Three. Looking at this, World War Three hasn't happened yet. Okay, so write a fiction. Now it cannot use, it's not telling you that, do you want to write a fictional historical summary about that in the future, right? So these are the things that they have been able to. But the first I think ChatGPT 4.0 hallucinate a lot. When you prompt this, when you ask all of this question, it will just start telling you what is not happening. So you can see the evolution of AI now. They are improving now. The generative AI, I mean, they are improving. They are getting smarter at every turn. All right, people are seeing their loopholes and then they are fixing all of these things. So that is what we want to integrate as well in our application. We want to build an AI that does not cause harm to the user, the end user. All right. So now you need to prioritize responsible AI. Why? Because you want to be human-centric approach and to avoid potential harms and avoid any pitfall, like just we said earlier. Now the potential harms on the hallucination. Now this is an example, right? This is an example. Now hallucination, what does hallucination mean in essence? When your AI start giving you an incorrect, unrelevant information, giving you incorrect responses, telling you that this is this and why when it is not, right? And you trusting your AI. That is why, using AI doesn't mean that you rely solely on AI, on the generative AI you're going to be using. You want to make your research as much as possible as well. You want to make sure that whatever information you're getting aligns with your objective. That is why human intelligence also is needed when you are using and when you're building any generative AI. Okay, you want to make sure that all of these things are in place as well, right? So, all right, so let's do something. Okay, let's talk about how to use generative AI responsibly, right? So we have layers of how to use it responsibly. The first layer is you have to address the model. I will talk about model very soon. We do a practical section on model, right? You want to select a model. You want to know a particular model that you are going to be using. So I will show us an application as well that we can get our, let me show us now. Okay. Can we still see my screen? Anyways.
Yes, we can see you.
All right, great. All right. So when building AI automation, right, these are my three go-to application. This is my Google Colab. Let me send it to the chat room. We are not going to work on it yet, not just yet, right? But have this, I'll open it up. It's just going to, you're only going to log in with your email address, your Gmail address rather, just your Gmail. Once you click on it, just go ahead and click on open collab. So once you click on open collab, it's definitely going to just, open and start creating something for you, right? Um, Flowwise AI. I don't know why it is not opening. Okay, so this is one, right? Open router. This is where we are going to get our models from and the API key for our model, right? So let me copy this and send it to the chat room as well. So list, make sure we have this somewhere open, right? Open router, we need you to log in, right? So try and log in, open an account, log in on an account, right? Let me try and log in on my end as well. Okay. All right. So now let's go back to our discussion before we get into the practical aspect. All right. So now, so there are multi-layers approach in addressing all of this using generative AI responsibly. So when you want to build your own generative AI, you want to make sure that you look at the model you're selecting. All right, the safety system as well, prompt engineering. All right, and then user experience, that's the UX design of the interface. I mean, looking at the UX design of ChatGPT right now, it is user friendly. Can we, I mean, we can all agree, right? It is user friendly. Everything you need to do is here. These are the GPTs, right? You can go ahead and select which GPT you want to use at every turn, right? These are the libraries. Maybe you generated an image at some point. This is where the libraries are. And here you can also search for your, your search. You can make search for your charts, right? So I believe these are, you know, perfectly orchestrated. Like they planned everything out. The flow, it's amazing. They planned it out. Okay, from year to year, the user interface is amazing. So these are all the approach you want to put in place as well, right? So I will show us some that I have been able to work with, right? I worked on some in the past. So there is one we have for coming. Give me a minute to know which application it is. Internet. All right. So this is an internal application for transformation college and sorry, for assistant chatbot application. I'm coming. Let me refresh this so that we can have it load. This is taking our time. Come in. Okay, let me. Okay. All right. So this is an HR assistant, right? And then in building this AI agent, right? In building the AI agent and all of that, what did I put in place? What are the things that we put in place? Hi there, my name is Aegis. Now we give it a name so that going forward, let's say you want to chat it up, you can say, hello Aegis, right? Starting a chat, and it's going to respond to you telling you that, hello, how can I help you today? right? These are the things that we've been able to implement, right? Giving instructions at every turn, telling it that, okay, be compassionate, be do the this, be that. So let's say I want it to be compassionate. Let me just give it a prompt to make it sound like it is really, thinking about me as well, right? So let me say I fell on my way to work and I don't think I will be going to the office today, right? Let's just say this is what I want to tell it, right? And then it's asking, let's say it is for A4S, all right? For A4S, here are the information. If you have an accident, please reach out to. I was expecting it to tell me that, oh, sorry. It always will tell you sorry and things like that. Let me have another prompt. Um, uh, I I need with my uh, I need money. Let's just say I want it to be compassionate, or let's say I was harassed at the office today by a colleague. All right, wait, let's wait for this to be done, right? So okay, we have a new message. Employee have access to, I need you to be compassionate, right? So let's give it this. It's going straight up. Now, looking at this now, right? How does this particular AI know that these are what employees' information are for? That's where we talk about RAG. Let me pull up my notepad. Right? That's where we talk about RAG. We have RAG. And what is RAG? RAG is retriever augmented, okay, sorry. Retriever, retriever, I don't think it's retriever augmented generative, right? So what does this mean in particular? So you see all of this information at some point in time, I uploaded a document, right? When building this AI agent, I uploaded a document with all of the informations for A4S, right? Every information relating to A4S, I uploaded a document outlining that, okay, this is the procedure, this is the process, and all of that, right? And it is still not compassionate, right? But let's go ahead with what we have here. So yeah, I uploaded a document at some point too. So now uploading a lot of documents, the AI will now take its time to what? To look at each of all of this information using RAG, this retriever augmented generative, to look at each of all of the documents that have been uploaded. Now it will pick each words one at a time. Now, breaking each word into tokens. We'll talk about token real soon as well. I made mention of that. Now, thank God, this gave a reference of where the document, where it is getting the document from. All right. So now it listed the document out, telling you that this is the staff handbook where you can get all of this information, where I extracted all of this information that you are seeing. All right. So it is retrieving the knowledge from a particular source. All right. And then the process has to start with the prompt engineering, all right? Because with prompt engineering is how you now tell the AI what to do at a particular time, telling it that you should do like this, you should act like this, you should do like this, and work like this. Okay, so we'll still come back to this. We use this to benchmark a lot of things. I think I have another one for, let me stop sharing my screen so that I can bring that up. I have another one for internal use as well. Was created. Give me a minute. Let me put that out. Are we still in class? I hope we're learning something. Haven't,
Yes, we
don't
are
be
here.
tired. Okay, great. We have not even get into the practical section, right? And then bet it with you, practical section will be robust, and I'll simplify it as much as possible, which we can ask questions if we feel like we need to. Okay, that's the HM system. Okay. Sorry, this is taking time. Don't want to. I just want to show us the possibility on what we'll be creating. I should have, extract this out before now, but okay. All right. So this is one. Okay. Let me go back to sharing my screen. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
We can see your screen.
All right, great. Okay, so yes, let's go on right into it. Let me like this, back to this. Right, so this is another one. Uh, we definitely will know doctor, right? So this is another one created for doctor, right? And show you the possibility. So in this now, with this AI, there is no RAG involved. The retriever augmented. Let me put that up again so that we can see the retriever augmented generative, right? Where you have to upload information and try to query that information, where AI will try to query that information and get informations out and get you a result out, right? So there's no RAG involved in the concept of this. This is using mainly generative AI, the knowledge from the internet. It is using it. It is more like you have a ChatGPT, but then you now have a ChatGPT customly made for Dr. Orlando, right? You have one customly made for your client, let me say. Okay, now for this virtual assistant, what do we have? We have, I'm a virtual assistant. You can ask me anything related to standards and framework. Please note, I don't answer personal question or engage in gist, right? So you can start ahead, you can go ahead. Hello, DO3. How are you doing today? I mean, because it is saying DO3, it is definitely going to ask you, hello, how can I help you? I'm not interested in long talk. Where is the framework? Where is the standard you want to ask? So let's say I want to ask ISO 4001, 42001. So let's see what it's going to bring. Please enter the framework and description. Okay, I think I just did, but let's see what we have. All right, so now look at what we have now. This is the standard. This is the purpose of the standard. It is going to list it out according to the prompt that we've been able to give it. Now, prompt is very important. At inside the prompt, you can see the difference between this AI, this one, right? This one telling you that for further information, please contact HR. This is one now telling you that you should contact, and you can tell it to send your information directly, right? That you don't even want to contact HR. Can you, let's say, can you help me contact the HR yourself? According to what it has been trained on, I can help you forward. Would you like that? Yes, I would like that. What is your name? Olugbenga, Ajewole. And what is your email? Let's say test. I don't want it to forward my email. Test.com, right? Now it's telling you that thank you, Olugbenga Ajewole. Your message has been forwarded to the HR department and necessary actions will be taken. Thank you. Okay, and then that is the end of our chat. You're welcome. Okay, but then for this particular purpose now, this is only for framework, and this is what it has been trained on. You see, it is telling you that give me framework. So let's say you're working in an organization currently. Let me use David. Was it David or Ignatius? I think it was Ignatius. Yeah, David is the AI engineer, while Ignatius is the operational manager, right? So Ignatius said something about him being an operational manager, and then maybe you use, yeah, you said you use AI a lot. And then in the usage of the AI, you see, you keep on prompting it for the same particular things. Maybe you have your AI application open, and then you keep on prompting it for where is our AI? Okay, yes. More like this. On this now, I'm just asking World War Three. Look at, I have World War Three summary. I have AI associate program design. I have document review and gaps, ESG disclosure. These are my chat history. All right. But then for this particular one, there is no way you want to ask for World War Three. It will not give you response for World War Three. Know nothing about World War Three. It is definitely going to give you something regarding or related to um, the ISOs, the frameworks. This is how it's going to list it out, because this is what we've been able. This is what we said it should do. List out the purpose, right, in our prompt. List out the organization. List out the problems to solve it. List out the. Okay, let me do this. Right. So Copilot Studio. No, Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio. So these are the possibility of things we'll be able to create, during our section here, right? You'll be able to create something related to this, something that can think on its own. and making sure that your prompts are well fine-tuned. That is the only way you can get certain information out. And let's say when I ask for ISO 27001, my AI is now hallucinating, giving me something in related to ISO 27001, right? Going to the internet and then looking for just raw jargons, giving me ISO 42001, right? Giving me something not related to ISO 42001, giving me something completely off the chart, right? Or maybe my AI started talking about data analysis, right? With that, no, that is not striking a balance between uh, being responsible, right? That makes my AI, my agent, irresponsible. All right. So let's say I want to go ahead with that information. I asked for ISO 42001, and then you started giving me something about data analysis. And then maybe I copy this information and I send it to doctor. I send it to my boss or anybody, right? My client. Or my client want to use it. My client trusted me with this, and then they want to make use of it, and then they they are getting informations like this is what it's used for, this is this, and this is that. Okay, so these are informations, these are things we want to make sure that we have. I'm coming. Okay, I'm logged in on a different account. I'm logged in on a different account. I'll show that later, right? We'll work on that later. But yes, talking about responsiveness. So that is that, and that is the key important reason why we're here today. Okay, now let's go ahead with what we have. We said we'll select our model, and then we have safety system in place, and then meta prompt and RAG. Now, this is the retriever augmented generation that I talk about. All right. So now, for the user experience, you want to make sure that your interface is easy to navigate. Look at this interface that we've developed, right? I mean, this is just a basic interface. This is the chatbot, and then this is the description telling you what to do, right? And this is where you send your informations to get resources out. Okay, and then this is what we have. Do you get that now? So it is easier to integrate, it is easier to manage because you have things in place already. You have the UX of the application is easy. So let's say for mobile view, let me do for mobile view, right? Uh, so this is how it is going to look on phone, right? For a phone, this is how it's going to look. So you have this tab up here, and then you have um, you know, your chat system down here so that you can ask questions and give query. It's more like you're chatting. Okay, so you want to make sure that for the UX, that's the user interface, the user experience and the user interface, you want to make sure that it is easier to navigate as much as possible, right? So for this, I can tell you for free that this what's it called, this interface, I did not sit down to write any line of code. All right, but to hide the API key, well, I do a little bit of the back end work, right? That's with Python and others. But then writing the interface, the UX, the interface that we are looking at right now, I did not sit down to write any line of code. I make use of this code generative AIs, and we have a bunch of them. We have builder.io. We have there's one popular one, I keep forgetting its name. I keep forgetting its name. Whenever I want to make use of it, I forget its name. But then when I remember, I'll let us know. Right? So we have builder.io. We can check it out at our leisure time. Check the possibility out. Lovable. Ah, thank you so much. Who is that person? You are in the spirit. Okay. It is in the chat. I'm going to see. Felix. Thank you so much, Felix. Hi Felix, how you doing? Hope we can get this. Of course, definitely you will get the slide. Yes. Cassie, you will get the slide. Hi, thank you. Yes, Cassie, you will get the slide. All right. So that's because you have the slide. That's why I'm taking my time to explain, not to like go through the whole slide, picking things that we really need to talk about before we go into the practical aspect of things. All right. So now there are key things you have to put in mind when you're constructing a good prompt. You have to have a knowledge of what tokenization is. When you're designing a great prompt, you have to understand what tokenization is. Now, what is tokenization and why is it important? Okay. Now, tokenization help convert. Now, for AI to understand all those things. Now, let's take it from. I'm going to take us back to when we were a kid. A little boy, or maybe we see our nephews, our cousins, or our junior brothers or sisters, right, growing up. And then you hear them come from school telling you that A is for apple, B is for ball. I mean, these are all the prerequisites we all went through in the crèche, nursery school, and others like that, right? Primary and things like that, right? So when they come back from school, they'll tell you A is for apple, B is for ball, C is for cat, and so on and so forth, right? And then they'll start making sentence like go. They'll start with two-letter words. Go, ball. Three, they will advance to three, like ball. They will go to four, like feed. They will explore a lot of all of these things before they start making big grammars like tokenization, for an example, right? Or engineering, they can now read and understand what the term engineering is. But before then, they will start with ball, cow, sheep, goat, all this simple to wet the ground, their experience. All right. That is more like the same thing that tokenization is. Like I said, there is no there is no out of the box when it comes to AI. Everything is already in existence. They are only using the knowledge of what we have, what we go through, the normal system we go through to build AI. All right. So when it comes to tokenization as well, the concept with tokenization is that AI will break all of your big grammars into smaller grammars. AI does not understand if you want to when you're writing in your chatbot. Let's say, let me give us an example. I think we have one with ChatGPT, right? Summary. This summary, right? This word summary. AI is going to break it. Now, AI will take this give is easy. Now, the space as well is going to note it. Me, it's going to take it as a token, one token. D is going to take it as a token. But then it's going to break this summary down into smaller bits, into tokens, right? So summary will be sum and marry, something like that, something around the corner. All right, we are going to see it in action as well. Okay, off is going to take it as a token. What happen, what war, all of this information is going to break it down for you to understand it. I'm telling you what is going on behind the box for your AI, right? When you're just giving a random prompt on the internet, on the on your ChatGPT like this. So your AI is breaking it down so that it can, you've been able to train your model. They've trained the model you are about to use on particular informations, on particular words, right? But then there are a bunch of words that the AI has been trained with. Okay, so how will it now give you a relevant answer to your question? The first thing it's going to do is that it's going to chop your words into tokens. It's going to break them into smaller pieces, tokens, so that it can best fit your description, fit your need. right? So I'm going to emphasize a little bit more on the token, right? And I'll start by showing us the um, interface. Let me go to, okay, I think I have token. Okay, OpenAI token. Let me copy this and send it to the chat. Okay, I think I'm using chat. I was still with me.
Yes, we are still with you, Benga.
Yes, we are here.
Yes, we are still with you.
Hello, can we hear me still?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, great, great. So let me send this in. So go to this application. Go onto this application. Great. Thank you, Christopher. So go onto the application and click on it. So I'm going to copy the prompt I used to search for World War III, World War IV detail. I'm going to use this prompt. Let me just copy it. So to see how our AI is going to break that down into tokens, let me clear this out. Okay. Now paste this in, right? So these are the tokens. But now let's see how it break them down. Okay. Let me pick the summary for an example. It is looking at, look at this. The first one, give. Give is what? Give is this. Me is this. D is this. And then this. Let's see how it goes. I'm coming. Let me remove. Let me do only the summary to see maybe it break that down into two or it sees it as one. Okay. All right. The character is not long. So definitely the AI saw this as one, breaking it into one. Now this is the token ID. Okay, using it to identify so that when he's going back to query whatever knowledge is being used to train, the model is being used to train on, is going to now use this IDs to go and find, okay, this is the information, this is your ID, let me use it to query, let me use it to get information out, right? This is what goes on in the background. Understanding what happened behind the scene will help us to prompt better, right? When you're prompting, so that, like I said earlier, I'm going to expose us to the knowledge of context engineering, right? It has to do with prompt engineering as well. Okay. But before then, let's understand, let's do something. Tokenization. Tokenization. Right? Now, tokenization is what? Two tokens. Breaking this down in two tokens. Now, looking at this tokenization, should I okay, let me enhance my screen so that we can see very well. Now, looking at this, where do you think the AI is breaking this? We can see that it is breaking it into two tokens. Oh, okay, I would not see that. Now, where is the AI breaking this now? Where is it breaking it into two tokens? Where does it make sense to break it into two tokens? Anybody?
Yes, and taking the word token as one, and then the other one, inization.
Hmm. Hmm. Do we agree with him? Do we agree with him?
Talk.
Talk. But it has to now, it has to make sense in a normal English sense. Okay, so it has to be a word that you can really say in English sense. That is how it breaks things down as well.
Yeah. Another one can be tokenization.
But the nine, that would be NI alone. Do you think there will be a
What
word
about
like token nine?
Well, no, that's why I said
Yeah.
tokenization?
tokenization.
I dropped something on the chat.
Okay, okay. Please, Christopher, please try. Let's do it to like talk, right? But if you are in a place where you can talk, I will understand that. Okay, tokenization. Yeah, yeah, yeah. User said that as well, right? I'm picking our brain. Maybe there is another way you feel like it might go, right? But we're right? User and Christopher, we are definitely right. We're correct. The method this use is that we have token, and then in here we have ization. So definitely ization can be a word, right? So let's look at it. Let's go to text. Let's not go to the ID. So you will see that token, it pick token as this token as one of the tokens, and then ization as another one. Now let's see engineering, right? What will be another word here? How many token do you think this will be? I think I already showed that. I think I already showed that.
3.
Let me. Oh, okay. It is going to be one actually, because nothing else makes sense. Let me do.
Um,
Nothing else makes sense. Like yeah, if you're okay, ring makes sense, but then leaving ring out and then you're picking ee. This does not make a word, right? You want to make sure that they make a standalone word. So that is how tokens are being created. Okay, is that Kessie? Was that Kessie rather?
yes.
All right. Okay, let's go again, Kessie. Let me say contest. What do you think this will be?
Con and text.
It will be one. It will be together.
No. No. No.
Corn
It will
and
be
test.
together. It will be
Con
context.
and
Two.
text.
Corn and test.
I feel the AI will pick it together.
The
It will be
tokenization will
context.
become text to be two words.
I think it should be con and text.
Apologies for that. My network went AWOL. Yeah, but we're back. We're back and better. Okay. Can we see my screen now, please?
Yes, you can
Yes.
see your screen.
All right, great. Great. All right. So yes, I was saying, right? Can this make one token? Can this make two token? Can each word stand on their own?
I think it will make
Right?
one token
Yes.
But the
context.
first thing you want to consider in knowing if your prompt is going to make a token or not is you want to look at the length. That's the first principle. You look at the length. Now, when you check for the length, first Firstly, one, you look at the length. Okay. Secondly, you do what? You look if each word can stand alone. If each word can stand alone, right? And the third one is that can stand alone, right? You want to know if they make sense alone. They make sense alone. All right. That's for the each of the words. Okay. And what could be the third one? Right? I think that's the two principle. Checking that. So the first one you have to check for is the length. If maybe the length is no more than, if the length is uh let's say 13 and less, is less than 13. But if the length is greater than 13, right, that means you want to check if this could be 2 token or more. Okay. So first thing first, looking at this, I mean, definitely this is not up to 13, is it? The letters.
No, it's
No,
one.
right? This
Yeah.
is 1. So now it does not check our first instant, does it? It does not. So then we are going to say it will be what? Before I open it will be 1 token. Okay, be just 1. Can we test on another one? Uh, let's say let's use the standalone I wrote. So what do we think? What do we think this would be? Let's count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is 10.
Mm.
So do you think? I mean, stand alone. The two can really stand alone, can they not?
Two.
Yes, they can.
They can,
They
right?
can. Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be a tricky one? What do you think is going to be? Right? This is just a
Two.
practical, yeah. 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so Cassie said 2. Any other person going once, going twice?
Two.
2. User. Sorry, what's your name, user?
Sorry, my
User
name
what?
is Ignatius. I'm that Ignatius. I
Ignis-
just switched to
Oh,
my laptop. I want to put on my
oh,
name now. Yes.
oh, okay. Great, great. All right. So let's check what we sorry. So now let's check what we have. So we have what? 2 tokens, because the 2 can stand alone. And it does not even satisfy our first instant, does it? Right? Are we
No,
here?
it doesn't.
All right. So we want to put all of these things into consideration. So now let's go to the practical aspect, right? I will be exposing us to now before we do that, let's talk about context engineering for an instant. Now, context engineering, that was a wrong one. Sorry about that. So now, context engineering, let's talk about context engineering. Okay. Now, let's say you're working on your thesis or your project in school of any kind, or maybe, as Ignatius is a operational manager in his own firm. Let's say you're working on a project, okay, and then your boss asks you to come up with a document. But let me use educational firm for an example. right? Let's say you're an instructor in educational settings. So you want to talk about the ecosystem. That is your topic. You're being given a topic to talk about ecosystem. And then you want to start, right? On a normal prompt, what are you going to do? You are going to say, um, give me a lesson plan on ecosystem, right? This is a good prompt, but it is not the best. Okay, and why that is because when you have this, you're not specific enough. You did not give a detail. You did not give detail of what you really want, right? You did not tell there's what we call role-based prompting, right? We'll look at role-based prompting as well. We have role-based prompting. Okay. So now, when you have this, you're telling AI to give you a lesson plan on ecosystem. You're not even specific, right? Which one do you really want to know? Which is it, the Jupiter or right? Which ecosystem? Now, but instead of this, what if you have something like this? Now you want to start with role base. Role base is you telling AI to impersonate another person to try to think like another person will, right? If you have maybe you read a book about ecosystem and then you have a particular expert on that ecosystem, you can make reference. You can tell it that think like let's make a research. Let's say experts on ecosystem, scientist, or let's see, we are going to get ecologists, best ecologists in the world, right? Peter. Okay. So now I want to give a role base. Now you want to go ahead, starting with um, you are Peter B, comma, and you have been doing this for a very long time. You can be specific about the time. Now, when you say long time, you're not being specific. You want to be specific with the year. You can say 30 years building. You cannot go ahead and say 30 years. Let me give it comma. Building cost materials on um, on the ecosystem, right? So that is one. This is a prompt now. You're giving more context. All right. Now you want to give it the time. How much what's it called? What you want it to build on. All right. You want to expand on what you want it to build on. Which particular field on ecosystem you really want to talk about. Okay. Now that is one. The other one is that you want to give it uh the modules you want. How much modules do you want it to generate out of this for you? Okay, that is two. The third one is that you want to tell it how to act. You want to tell it to be professional. You want to tell it the tone it should be able to respond to you. All right, maybe you should be professional, you should be direct, you should be this, and you should be that. So these are the things that you want to put in place. There are better ways to prompt your AI to do certain things for you. Okay, so that's little on context engineering. We'll take more of context engineering on our next section. All right, but right now let's talk about the practical. Let me take you to the practical. I would not want to waste too much of our time or maybe delay us much on the call. So I have them all set out here. Okay. So now let's go on to the link I shared with us, the link I shared on the group. Are we there? Let's go on the two link I shared first time. The two link I shared. Where are they? Okay, yes. Here they are. The Google Colab. Copy this link. Now let me go to my right. So go to Google Colab. We're going to do something real quick. We're going to use a model to prompt AI. And then where's the second one? Sorry. Open router. Okay. Copy. Have new messages. Okay, I should reshare. Okay. This is one. And here is the other one. Here's the other one. Okay. All right. So my account is not signed in yet, so I want to go ahead and sign in for Open Router. So you click sign in. So let me just continue with Google. That will make it faster for me. Then I want to select the company or the email address rather. All right. So this is where we're going to get our model from. We're definitely going to be using free models, right? Please, are we on this platform? Are we already here on this platform? Okay, great, great. So now come to Open Collab as well. Click on Open Collab. When it comes to AI, you see, these are interesting topics I love to talk about. Now let's click on Create New Table. Once you click on Open Collab, it will automatically sign you in because you are on Google. You have a Google account, so it will automatically sign you in. So and then you click on Open Notebook, right? So after opening Notebook, you land on this page. Close this release note, close it out so that you can and come here and click connect. Okay. Are you there, please? Are we there? Cassie, are you following?
I'm trying my network.
Oh my. Sorry about that.
Yes, my network is giving me problem here.
I'm there.
Okay. Just promise that you will follow with the what's it called? The recordings. Okay.
Okay, but do I have to open an account?
No, no, no. You don't need to. Okay, with Open Router.
Yes.
Yeah, just sign in with your Google. That will be fine.
I
Just click
tried
on.
that, it's not accepting it.
Do you have any Google? Are you using your phone right now or your PC?
No, I'm using a PC.
Oh, okay. Do you have a? Are you going through Chrome? That way you're going from.
Okay. Let
Which?
me.
No, no. I'm just asking a question. Like which
I'm
browser are
using
you?
Google Chrome.
Google Chrome. Okay, great. Do you have your email open
Yes.
on your Google Chrome? Okay. Uh, so if you have that, it should be able to open successfully for you.
But do I have to sign up in Collab?
No, just click on Open Collab.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, with Collab, just click on Open Collab, and then the next one is going to show you is Open Notepad, and you click on Open Notepad. All right. So let's give
Okay.
this a name. Now we are here, right? After we've connected our um, the RAM and all of that. So now let's click on this. Let's give it a title. This is currently untitled. Let's give it a title. Let's say my first AI project. Okay. Now let's click out of it. All right. So I have my line of prompt. I have them written down. I don't want to, uh, you know, start taking us through a Python line of code. You have to do like this. You have to do like that. I will submit all of this for us. I will give it to us in the chat room as well so that we can follow along. Let me even do that real quick now.
Okay.
Let me do that. Not so. What you have to do. You, I hope it comes out as okay. Or do I have to share a document? Is this okay like this? But yeah, if you're facing any issue, just let me know. I can I can share the document. Let me go download. Can copy this. Come here. Just in case maybe you paste that and then you're not getting the right. Hello, David.
Yes, sir. Please, sir, can you share with us also if you have some example of prompts that we can learn from, so that by the time we are rewatching and practicing, we can be able to do something nice.
Uh, as an example of prompt you can learn from. Oh, that is why we're on the call. That is why I'm trying to show us this platform. Okay.
All right, sir.
All right. Yeah. So you can click on this this file, click to download, and then maybe this is giving you issue. If you copy this and you paste it inside your notepad, if you are encountering any issue, just But then this is how you go about it. Okay. So you come here. Once you open it, you copy. After copying this, you go to your collab. All right. So when you're on your collab, you just paste it in. Bam. Okay. Now this is what we are going to use. This is what we are going to use. Now let me walk us through how we have this and why we have this. The first thing we are doing is that we are installing uh, request. Now, this request is the one that we use to make a request to an API key, right? And we'll be getting our API key, our model key from here. Now, all the ChatGPT that we have, this ChatGPT, right? As we are prompting it, right, at the background, where you see you make use of ChatGPT, this free plan, to some extent, it will tell you that you have to upgrade. All right. So that means we have a allocated credit for the day, right? You have a specific allocated credit for the day that you have to use. And then if you exhaust that credit, then you have to subscribe to it. Okay. So the same goes for now, it is a model, and the model that ChatGPT is using right now, right? Forget the fine interface. Currently, we're not going to be working on the fine interface. We're going to be working with Collab. The Collab is where we'll be prompting AI to do certain things for us. Okay. So now we have open router. This is where we'll be getting our model from. Our model in the sense that the API key um for our chat, right? The AI that we want to use. Let me open the model so that we can see what I'm talking about. Right? So we have varieties of AI models. We have Quen, we have Grok, we have Nonce, we have Nonce Arms, we have Gemini, we have Flash. So these are models. They've trained them on these particular things. Okay, they are models. Now we want to now query them to get informations out. It is like you're building your own ChatGPT. You see, how ChatGPT is that you can easily ask questions, give me so, and it will give you answer. So that is what we are trying to do here. So we are now going to use the model, like I'm saying, right? Like I said, ChatGPT is using a model at the back end. Now, the model that ChatGPT is using is OpenAI model, right? There's a possibility of OpenAI model here as well. If we, okay, yeah, this is it. OpenAI, this is it. Right? I was even about to search for it, but then this is OpenAI model. So this is the model that ChatGPT is using at the end. Okay, so when you query data, when you ask questions, the model that you're interacting with is OpenAI. Now, for this one now, we have OpenAI GPT 4.0. Now, currently, I bet we're using 5.0 for, the free version of 5.0, right? So these are models that AI uses at the back end, all right? So now for that, we have our, who is that? Felix, your mic is unmuted. Please, what are we doing on the open router? Okay. Mary, we are getting an API key from the open router. That is what I'm just trying to explain. Okay. Felix, your mic is okay. Let me just mute him. Your mic is on mute, man. So yeah, let's go back to what we're saying. Okay, so these are the models that we'll be working with. Now, the line of code that I shared with us, just paste in the line of code. You don't need to do much. You don't need to rack your head around it, try to solve what is there. But then I'll try to explain what it means at the time, right? So we have pip install. We are installing a request. Now, this request is what we use to make a request, send a request to our the model that we are going to be using. We are going to be using DeepSeek because it is free. It's an open source and it is free. So we're definitely going to be using DeepSeek, right? Now, we now import that request that we've installed. We import it into this application, right? So after importing it into this application, we import OS as well. That's operating system, right? It is more like a routine for the system, okay? So now we want to our API key that we'll be getting from here, from the open router rather, the API key that we'll be getting from the open router, we now want to put it here. We expose it to this so that we'll put it in front of inside this file. It's like we're giving it a name instead of the API key. Let's generate the API key, right? So once you come on open router, go to models, right? Once you're on the model, you click on the model. Okay, scroll down to where you will see we can use Gemini Flash Image Preview for it is free, but we're going to be using DeepSeek, the free DeepSeek. So you need to click on this, the DeepSeek, and when you click on DeepSeek, you scroll down to where you see API. Okay, so now you click on this API, and then you'll be able to create your API key. And let's click on API key, create API key, and then let's click on API key. Okay, now give it a name, just any name, right? My first, you can still give it my first AI project. Okay, and do you want a credit limit API key, or just leave it as blank? If you leave it as blank, you can query it as much as you like, as many times as you want. So let's go ahead and create. And then this is our API key. You want to do well to copy this, right? So it is telling us that if you don't copy now, write it somewhere, you'll not be able to see it again. So you want to make sure that you copy this, and then let's close this out. And also, let me make mention of this. You can use it in your open AI capability application. Or so now when you click on this, or will it be, it's not complex at all. It's just copy and paste. So you click on this, and then you have a quick start. You have, if you want to use it on OpenAI SDK, I will not go into details for that. But then this is the one I'm using. All right. This is the one I'm using. This is the one I copied that I'm using. But then I've done a little bit of fine tuning. That is why I have this as robust as this. Okay. So you can just copy the one I have, the one I've shared with us, so that we'll use that instead. So now for our API key, we can put our API key here now, right? You can put your API key here, okay? But instead, that means we're exposing our API key. I don't want my API key to be exposed, all right? I don't want to expose my API key. So I want to have it inside inside a folder, like a file rather, all right? So let me go ahead and create a file for my API key. All you have to do with Google Colab is to click on Files, on this file right here, and then you want to create a new file. Okay, let me create a new file. Just click on the interface, random interface, just click and then create a new file, and then give your file a name. Okay, let me name it my first API key. Let me give it .env. Okay, now you double click on it so that it will open the tab for you here, and you can start pasting you can now paste your key inside. Okay, and then you want to go ahead and save. Sorry. So I hope we are following with this.
Yeah.
All right, great. We'll soon be rounding off now. Okay. All right, we'll soon be rounding up. I have been called already. All right. So yes, this is it. You paste in your API key. All right. So we have our file already. So you can let that go, right? And the next thing you want to do is to click on it, right? On the file you've created, click on it. There's three dot icon here. Just click on this three dot icon and come here and copy part. Okay, and when you copy the part, you come here and paste in your part. Now, the danger in exposing API key, let me tell us the danger in exposing API key. So for this application, right, for this particular application right now, if let's say I expose the API key, this is, we're using an OpenAI, I think we're using 4.0, and it's a paid version. All right, 4.0 is a paid version. Let's say I expose the API key.
Mr.
We are going to
This guy English is very good, but that fashion.
yes.
I'm just trying to let you know that we should start running up
Yeah.
for.
I'm going to do that. Yeah, I've been messaged. I've been prompted to do that. Right. So that is the reason why we always make sure that we our API key, we make sure that we save them. All right. So now this is the file, this is the path to our API key. Okay. Now you want to go ahead and do what are the things you need? You already have your API key installed, and look at the line of your code. Now for this, it's trying to get our API key, using our API key to call each function so that, and here it is picking it in case there is an error in our API key. Maybe it did not see our API key. It's going to print out an error in reading API key. That's the error it's going to print out, right? So this is our endpoint. We are using Open Router endpoint, right? So that's the endpoint that we're going to be using, right? And then we can now put in our prompt. Okay, I have our prompt here. For the sake of our time, let me just go ahead and copy this prompt, right? I have our prompt here. We can now put this in, right, as our prompt. This is the prompt we want to query want to use for the AI, right? This is the prompt that I want to use. Now, for our prompt now, okay, everything looks good. Now, come to our model. Which model are we going to be using? This is the next one. So we have to signify which model we want the AI to use in particular. Please note all these places. I've been gracious enough to put this asterisk in front of them. All right. So note all of these places. The place you see just asterisk, make sure that you have to put some things there. So now I want to go back to, I'm using the Gemini, the DeepSeek rather. Sorry. So I'm using the DeepSeek. So I want to come here and copy this. This will be my model that I want to use for the class. For this, my AI chatbot, right? My AI agent rather, better call. So now this is the one I want to use. And here I'm saying that I'm calling an API request. I'm requesting for that, okay, once you see the key, use this model. And this model, I want it to add as three things: the role, the user, and the content, right? First thing is the role, and then act as a user and give me and the content according to the prompt. All right, that's the three things I want you to put at the back of your mind, and then that is all. That is all we have to do, right? Let's just click run. So if you follow this step by step, you should not encounter any error. So now what we are requesting from
Please,
this,
can you share that your prompt so that I can update
okay,
my own?
all right, great. So Kessie, yeah. Oh yeah. If you follow that, is Kessie still on the call? Is she still on the call? Okay. All right. So according to our prompt now, according to this prompt, right, you're a friendly, help student to introduce themselves to teachers, help to tackle. So the next thing, and our AI have been, now we've queried the AI. This is the prompt that we've imputed to get the information out. Now, according to the information now, according to what it's read here, what we have here, the next step is that it wants to get started. But firstly, it wants to know the topic that we like to teach for the class. But instead of that, we don't really have much time. So let's do something that is more, can you tell me, let's just say, tell me about World War II. Who started it? Okay. So let's see our result here. You're going to get the response here after executing. And if the API cannot be reached, it will tell you that cannot make requests, cannot make an API request. Give you all of this information. We're waiting on the execution. That is taking us a longer time. All right. So this is our prompt. Now, this is working. I want to get the information out so that we have something to go with. Right. So this is working with the backend. Right. This is not allowing users, more like how we have it here. Right. User will be the one to input their informations. But now you have to go to the backend to go and be putting the query yourself at the backend. Let's say this is the backend, right? I agree that this is the backend. So now the user will not go. That means you have to share this line of code with them to go to the backend and query the prompt. Now that's not like a better approach, is it? So instead, you can put there's a Python function, an input function that you can use instead of this to get certain information out. So according to our prompt, rather, we have tell me about World War II, who started it. So we have, in short, World War II was started in Nazi Germany by led, you see, giving you full details from the aggressor to the key action and date and the theater art of war, right? So that means our prompt, our AI, our generative AI is working perfectly, right? So understanding tokenization as well, using it in your prompt. That list of the first prompt I use, you see the use of tokenization there as well, right? So now I said we don't want our user to go to the backend to now start querying AI to do certain things. We want them to be able to interact with it as they go. So now we use this, right, instead of this, so that our users can be the one to input their question, right? So now if I run this, when I run this, you're going to get an information below. Let me put this in the chat room. So when I run this, we are going to get an information below telling us to enter your question for the AI, just as we put it here. Enter your question for the AI, and then it is requesting for our input. Now, our input is what? What can be our input? Please, someone just give me anything that we can ask AI. Can anyone give me anything we can
Tell me
query AI?
about Nigerian Civil War.
Tell me about what?
Nigerian Civil War.
About Nigeria Civil War. Civil War. All right. So this is a user. That means you're interacting more like the application that is here. You're interacting with the chatbot. Now, this is still, we're testing it out, right? We have not put it into the front end itself. So now when I click enter for this, right? I hit enter. Tell me about Nigeria Civil War. So the execution, let's wait for the execution to complete. When it's done executing, we are going to get our information out. All right, to maximize time, can we is Keshi still on the call? Keshi, are you following at all? Okay, interesting. All right. Mayam, we lost you at some point in time. Mayam.
Yeah, no, my network has been a bit unstable, but I'm still.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. Please do well to see the recording, and if you have any question at all, right, you can reach out to me directly through them. Okay,
Thank you very much.
no problem. Yes. So now we have this. we have this, the AI, completely executes. So now testing it out, we realize that we tell it to tell me about Nigeria Civil War, to query its knowledge on the document that has been used to train on, like the model, what the model is being used to train. Is the model biased? Is he fair? Is it, we asked about the World War, right? But do you know about our own local civil war, right? So that means it has a general knowledge of everything inclusively, right? So now we have, of course, the Nigeria Civil War, also known as Biafran War. I mean, with that alone, we can tell that, yeah, this is uh, this is robust enough and all of that. So these are the steps, these are the processes we use to create automations as well, right? So I just give us an open end into automation. So when you're putting in this currently is using GPT 4 point mini, and it's a paid one. So you want to come here and change your model. Okay, use this particular model. This is the information, add scenarios, add retriever, augmented, you want it to save it in a database and all of that. So these are informations that you need to add as well, right? So yes, this is what we have. And all of this line of code, let me save this. And okay, it is already saved. So let me share it with us. Let me share my notebook with us so that we can peruse the platform as well. Copy link. Let me see anyone with the link. Let me share the. Oh. So go onto the platform, check it out, see the possibility, right? Do something meaningful. Let's see what we will be able to create out of it. All right, amazing. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me on the call. And I would like to ask every one of us: is there like two, three things we have been able to grasp from here? Let's say from the fairness, the responsible AI that we talked about, to the practical section, right? How you now understand how AI break your text into pieces, from start to finish, how you break it from one level to another, like that. So please, can you tell me what you've been able to gain from the section today? Just anyone.
Yes, the tokenization part was very enlightening for me because I now grasp a more understanding of the concept of tokenization, especially the fact that uh, some words are broken into pieces, and then some words, even though they are long, are not broken. So I thought every word had to be broken as long as it is long, and you
Yeah,
can get a first part that makes sense. And
yeah,
then using the models also, the last one we checked now was very talking about inclusivity in terms of
yeah.
generation. I saw that the model we used was able to generate something from Nigeria, Biafra. So which means that that was included. So the information about the civil war and every other thing was included in that model. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will really love to see what you will be able to come up with using the platform. You know. So from there, we will still talk about you having it as a standalone application, right? Which you can even sell to clients. You can even do a freelancing side gig. It's just an idea, not like I'm asking you to do that, right? A freelancing side gig, telling companies that you can automate their process, you can help them to solve their problems, automating it in some kind of way, So all of these things are the possibilities. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad that you pick
Uh,
a lot.
Hello, sir.
That was something. Yes, please go ahead, David.
Sir, the other platform that we want you are showing us, which contain the automation, are we still going to go through that next week?
Okay, that's not for the section. I'm showing you the That is not for the, I think the section, my next section is still going to be around prompt engineering, right? But everything is setting a background for the automation platform. Every automation that you are going to be doing, everything is setting a path for it. So it is essential that you know before you really jump into one. Okay. There was a question coming. Let me pick this question up. Can this be encrypt? Which one in particular is encrypt? Cassie.
Yeah, I'm asking when you're done with whatever you want to do, can you encrypt it for security purpose?
Yes, yes. So the important part, you see, in transparency, right? When it comes to transparency, you want to be transparent about the model you're using as well. When you're building these things, you want to be transparent about the model you're using. So most of all of this, this one that we have here, let me say, now this code that we have here, they are not really, if anybody steal it, I mean they steal your line of code, it still doesn't harm you in any ways. But then your API key is the important part, right? If you're using a paid platform and API key, a paid API key, then you realize that if you expose this without encrypting it like I did, copying just the path on this place, right? You realize that your credit will just finish, and then your credit card or whatever card you're using for payment will just pile up debt, right? Because people will keep on prompting. They'll say, API key, she has made a mistake. Let me prompt this API key. That people out there you doing a lot of things like that. Okay. So these
Okay.
are this the key is like your most important one you really need to secure, right? This line of code is available. I modified this line of code from here, right? I modified it from here. Okay, so this is an open source. You can get it. This is openrouter.io. So I modified it from there. I put in my own necessary informations where I want it to, the context and the head. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you
thank
so
you very
much.
much, Mr. Benga. This
Thank you
has
for
been
having
an
me.
amazing session. I really enjoyed this session so much because I myself learned a lot. And I'm sure a lot of us here learned a lot too. So I'm sure for the people that are coming to this class for the first time today, I'm sure you would like to come again to our AI session. It's every last Friday of the month till December. So every last Friday of the month, you get to experience, you get to learn something new, you get to understand more about AI automation specialists. So I can't wait to have all of you back in the next class. But for today, we would need to call it a day. And kindly, please fill your attendance form. And there's also a form there. It's called the feedback form. I would like us to, express how we feel about today's training and how we can make today's training better for you and how it can get better for us too. So thank you very much for today's session. Really appreciate your attendance in class today. I really appreciate this was a very, very interactive class, like always with Mr. Gbenga. I'm sure the material and the recorded version of this class will be sent to the automation group. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you all in the next class. Thank you. And one more thing, we are going to be having a graduation on Saturday for our summer program that we just concluded. If you don't know anything about it, you can visit transformationcollege.org to get the better information, or if you're already a transformation student, you can get more info on the Telegram group or the general page or whichever course you're doing. So thank you very much. I would love us to attend the ceremony to have a better understanding of what Transformation College is about and see the impact you are actually impacting in people And I hope you can be one of them too. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Aditamola Goshe, and I'm the academic coordinator for Transformation College. And on this very Friday, I say thank you very much and TGIF. Thank you, everybody. All right.